see what we can find. Not a very nice day. A bit cloudy. Anyhow, show you about a bit. So all of these houses are freshly built. So there's 4 or 5 over there. So we're going to have a look. I think last time I live streamed from here, this was just mud, and I think there was a couple of foundations in, that was all. But as you can see, they look finished now. That was for sale. Yeah, so we've still got the building going on, still some more to be put up, but that one's for sale. Want to screenshot the phone number? Going to be a bit windy, so I might, let's try it with headphones. Bear with. Oh. Let me know if that improves things. If not, I'll have to go to external mic. Good friend of mine uses external mic. Right, let's sort some settings out. Dear, oh dear. It's always Anna tonight, isn't it? Zero to hero. Dobro Ultra, is it? No, Dobro Din. 12:30 here, nearly. Thank you. Can read some Russian. So, gentleman's here, working on this one. He's got his plot all staked out. It's quite a decent size, probably 120, 130 square metres. Nice when it's finished. The only problem is, for me anyway, they're on quite small bits of land. There's not really much garden. But nice nonetheless. And this is normal. They get built in the blocks first, and then they get the pretty bit outside. So if you look across over here, for example, so that will be exactly the same inside the big blocks, and then it has an outside brick construction to obviously weatherproof it for a start, make it more insulated, soundproofed, etc. Well, that's quite nice. The wife's led me down here, and I don't know why. Oh. So we're just going to wander around a bit of the neighbourhood we don't normally look at. So maybe it's a bit like going shopping, isn't it? You rely on women for directions. It's the same as going shopping with them for clothes. Backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards. Wish me luck. Very little. A lot of frogs about at the moment, and they're very, very vocal. Make a lot of noise, they do. Especially in the evenings. Nice. So, as I always say, you get the old meeting the new. So these ones here are a few years old now, 3 or 4 maybe. This one, very new by the looks of it. I don't recall seeing that one actually. And then we've got a very old, say very old, but certainly 60s probably, 70s era. Lots of old farm machinery sat around. Oh, a new path we have now. That wasn't here last time. Yeah, let me know if the sound's okay or if the wind is blowing a gale. And I'll catch up with the chat in a minute as soon as I can find my glasses. Aha, success. Here we are. Right. There with. Sorry for the terrible camera work at the moment. Right. Uh, Poster man, do you want 500? Poster man said, hi. I'll send it now. Okay, 500 XRP, what I quite like. So that bit of land is for sale. Obviously doesn't look very appealing. There's got a big pile of rubble to get rid of, but that can go into your foundations, can't it? Can certainly be broken up, put into your drive, etc. Looks like a decent sized bit of land anyway. As I said before, there's lots and lots of opportunity in this village. Loads of plots for sale, loads of houses for sale. It's very peaceful over this side, really quiet, away from any of the main roads. Very pleasant. Some very old properties as well. We've been here for a long time. And you find with the older stuff, it's always on a big piece of land as well. So I'm sure it won't mind me filming now. Possible cabbages. Look at that. Row upon row. As I said, Russians love growing food. Very, very, very common. Nice flag. Nice house as well, actually. Haven't seen that one before either. Hmm. Ah, the old bit of history. What's that called? Vladimir. Vladimir. Something like that. Vladimir. Chelsea. Hi, Chelsea. Hello from Alberta, Canada. Dry lands where the dinosaurs used to roam. Dry and cold lands. 74 of them in Canada. Loved it. Went there for a week. Whistler and Vancouver. Awesome trip. Awesome experience. Big house, that is. 160, probably 150, 160 square meters. Wonder if we got any fruit yet. Turns out, despite me saying the other day on the live stream that we've got no fruit, got no cherries, got no peaches, and look this morning, and the cherries are turning red. I didn't think we had that many of. We've got 5 peaches on the tree. 5 days ago, we didn't have any. But the reason I'm saying that is, grow like weeds here, literally. So, yeah, you can walk along, have a little nibble at apples. We've got cherries in there as well. Lovely. It's a big old tree. Been there a while. They weren't planted last week, were they? What's down that way, honey? What's down there? Don't know. Oh, okay. Nice over this side. Be nice to have a property here because you've just got the woods behind you. Always somebody building something here, something getting extended or a new plot being developed. Maybe an old one that's fallen down. Oh, look at the cherries on there. Look. Look at that. Now, I did eat one this morning because I thought, oh, cherry's gone red. That means I can eat it. Yeah, no. Turns out that's not actually the case. We knew, eh? Oh, yeah, it's probably the sourest thing I've ever put in my mouth. Might as well have been sucking on a lemon. So I think I'll wait a few more days, maybe a week or two before I start trying to eat them. But it was nice to be able to eat something that's grown in the garden. It's a big lot of land for what's been cultivated, ready for planting, I'm sure. Nice kind of houses. Look at the size of these carports. Huge. And lovely gardens right the way back to the woods. Nice. And as I said before, Russians don't care about what the neighbours look like. You know, it's like, what difference does that make? Where in the UK, we're a bit snobby about things like that. You look at something in the UK and you go, oh, and the house is nice, but next door's house looks terrible. They don't care about stuff like that. So you'll find brand new next to the old. Lady out tending to her garden. It's been there a while, isn't it? Even there amongst the trees. First glance, looks like it's full of bullet holes, but they're not. They're symmetrical. You want one of those? God, yeah. The wife just clocked the electric trike going past, and oh, I think you'd be dangerous on that, wife. So it's that time of year when everybody's out in their gardens, pruning, trimming, planting. Hanker there, look. Mike Jones, eat your heart out. Speaking of Mike Jones, you may or may not be aware, but Mike's got a new YouTube channel. He's building off grid. I think his YouTube channel is called Off Grid in Russia. Think, you know what I like, terrible with remembering names. But he's literally starting from ground zero. He's bought a little plot of land and he's put some screw piles in the ground, started to build a wooden frame. He's literally building from the ground up and documenting it on YouTube for you guys. So have a look for Mike's channel. I really enjoy listening to Mike. He's a very good storyteller and really narrates very, very well. So really interesting guy. So have a look at his channel and watch a Dacia style build from the ground up. Right, let's catch up before I get too far behind. It's up here, hopefully. Zero Heroes sound is a bit jittery. Yeah. Okay, I might be behind. It might have got better. Let me know. Yeah, nice. Not pretty. Bill, good afternoon, Chris. Nice day for a walk. Yes, mate, it is. There's a little bit of breeze, which makes the 26 degrees quite bearable. That's it for me. If there's no breeze, I'll be looking for a swimming pool at this moment. Maybe knocking on somebody's door. Please let me swim. But as I said, I do like these properties because they just back onto that wood. So you've got a nice big back garden. These are quite new, modern. And then we've got really old. Look at that. What a beautiful thing, though. Initial thoughts are sort of, oh, you could put a big house there, but nick a paint on a new roof, and that would look lovely. Yeah. Nice wide plot and very big back garden. Nice, that. Yeah, that. And next to something nice and new and modern. Look. Not sure what that flag is. Green, blue, and white. Oh, yeah. A bit over. Oh, look at the staircase. A spiral staircase down up to probably the bedroom. I don't think that was here last time we came either. Loads of building. Is it up there, that house was for sale maybe? Or? Oh, do get the urge to sort of see something that I like and just knock on the door and ask if they want to sell it. I mean, technically, I wouldn't be doing that, would I? Be pressurising the wife. Please go and ask them to sell it. Lovely wall, look at that. And I do like this. I didn't at first, the high walls, and then they use like shutters, like a garage door in the wall. Initially, I thought, oh, I don't really like that. How easy is that? It's very grand. Nice when it's finished. Nice extension. It looks fairly new. Lovely wall. Lot of building going on. Huge garden, but that's a big, big property. Big piece of ground. Wow. A motor crossing in the back garden. Lee, being a hero for a while. Oh, all bright. Greetings from Nigeria. Thank you. And Alana said hi. So, yeah, it says we couldn't be. Very good to know. Thank you, Leanne. Yeah, we like it. This way. This way. Keep going. We'll keep it going. Hi, where are you now? I'm in a village called Losterguy, located about 20 kilometres outside of the seasonal resort town of Anapa, which is on the Black Sea coast, about 50 miles from Crimea, across the water from Turkey. Is this East Europe? Who knows? Lala, hi, long time no see. You just subscribed to Mike's channel. Oh, great. Yeah. Like I say, please search out Mike's channel. Actually, Ven as well, because Ven and Mike are good friends. I don't think they mind me saying that. And the two of them together make some really good content. They posted a video the other day where they were both walking around the area where Mike has just started his Dacia build, and they were showing you all the different builds, all the different wooden Dacia style houses that you can have. It was really interesting. So check that out. I think it's on Mike's channel. It's definitely on Ven's channel. Anyway, check out Ven's channel. VEN space KOR. Ven Core. He's a crazy American. I love him to death. The shouty bloke. Good morning. Mike's channel is Off Grid in Russia. There you go. Perfect. I thought it was. I thought get one right for a change. Normally I butcher them, channel names. In case you wondered, the yellow pipe, that's the gas pipe, mains gas, going into a house. And as you can see, it's got a T off of it, ready to connect the neighbour's house. So that's kind of cool. That's the good thing about having gas pipes above ground. You can just cut into them, repair them, add to them, with no hassle at all. Monster carport, that one. Wow. Once that's got a roof in it, it's a big old thing. So this is one of the main roads going out of our village. And ultimately, if you go that way, about 50 miles, you'll be in Crimea. And down there, oh, look at this dodgy bridge. Where's Sam from Sam's Russian Adventures? Hey, puss. Sam would love that. Oh, yes. Hang on a minute. I've just realised this bridge looks dodgy as, and you buggers are making me go first. Oh, yeah, scammed once again. Scammed by my Russian wife once again. And our sneaky grounded daughter. Oh, look at this. Have a word. No wonder you made me go first. That is, hey, look. That is sketchy. Mind you, that has been there some years, hasn't it? Russia, baby. Oh, look, little baby duck. Little ducky. Oh, God almighty. Sorry. This is what happens when you retire. When you have nothing to do apart from enjoy life. And by that, I mean, wake up, don't care what day of the week it is, go for a walk, bit of swimming in the pool, a couple of days out every now and again. You just get, dare I say it, soft. Oh, look at the cute little ducky. Good grief. So this is probably littered with fruit trees in here. All Well, there's cherries there for a start. Look at that. See what I mean? They just grow like weeds. Just help yourself. Very strange. Well, it is. It's strange for an Englishman to just walk along the side of the road and pick beautiful cherries without having to pay for them. Say pay for them, get absolutely ripped off in the shops for them. Anyhow, oh look, there's Ice GRX. Nice flag, mate. Nothing wrong with the Ukrainian flag. It's just people like you that use it for political propaganda purposes. But it's a nation's flag, and there's nothing wrong with being a Ukrainian or a proud Ukrainian. There's everything wrong with being a something that gives you then. You know what I mean? Yeah, nice flag, mate. La, how are you cats doing? Yeah, pretty good. All five of the little monkeys, all challenging in their own way. I think my wife's looking at her phone intently. Probably she wants to look up there, maybe. Yeah, Gizmo. Well, we discovered this morning about 4 apricots that she hasn't managed to get. So fingers crossed, we might end up with 4 apricots after she's pulled every one off of the tree, every other one off the tree. Nobody's touched the cherries yet, so I think we're all right with them. Luna has learnt a new trick, and she's got a collar with a tag on it, a metal tag. So her new trick, of course, we ignore her when she grizzles, and she usually starts grizzling at 3 o'clock in the morning. Her new trick is to bang the metal tag on the ground, just repeatedly, bang, 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 and then stands up and then bang, 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 bang again. Mm. Oh God! Look, women are nap reading, not nap reading. Again, okay, just doggy. Just listen. Never seen an English one before. If I was a dog, I'd bark too. Uh, right. No idea what that means, Mush. As me G. Not a clue. What are these? Wife, what are these? Oh, what? Yeah. Don't know. There's loads of them anyway. Again, normal story. Side of the road. Apples. I know what an apple is. I'm all right with an apple. And she's still figuring it out. She'll be there a while. Ah, very nice day. Very nice day. Ah, well, thank you for that, shouty bloke. He asked what the name of the village is. The name of the village is Gostiglievskaya. I'll say about 15 minutes outside of Anapa if you drive spiritedly. It's just one road. It's really easy. That's why we like the location. Just one road straight to Anapa, straight to the beach. and one road back again once we've boarded the beach. But dolphin time, isn't it? So look out for future videos this summer where I'll be going down the beach and swimming with the dolphins. It's my mission this year. Saw them a couple of times last year, but every time I got the camera out, I got a bit camera shy, which is a pain. But this year, I'm going to have a couple of days down there because we've worked out the sort of times that they come and go. So I'm going to spend a couple of days down there. And I'm going to walk into the sea with the phone, film the dolphins swimming around my feet and legs. This way, we'll go this way. I think there's a lot down there. Maybe an old farm. Big tree larder. Now, while in it, that one. Oh, is that? There's a house up the end here. It's for sale, so I'm going to have a look at that. Single story. Huge carport. Very nice looking house. Very different. And again, another thing I love about Russia. Every house is different. Look at that. That's cool. Super cool. It's a noodle oven. Couple of little doggies. Hey, sweetie. Look at me. What the hell are you? Zeddy. Hi, Zeddy. How you doing? Hope you're doing great. I'm sure you are. Yeah. Every day. Every day's a holiday. I'm very, 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 very lucky. Don't take that for granted. But in my defence, worked hard all my life. Keep playing on the dole, keep selling on, paid my taxes. So Sam's commented about this on a few of his videos with the tyres. And as I've said 1,000 times, Russians recycle everything. If you can make something out of it or it can be repaired, that's what they'll do. It doesn't go into the rubbish. What's that, honey, for sale? Yeah, for sale. Nice corner slot. That one's for sale. Oh, it's good here. New houses. As I said, new houses have been put up everywhere. It's quite nice, isn't it? Can't we? Yeah, bridge or a rope swing. Zip line, that'll be fun. Put a big pole up in the back garden and just zip across. I mean, getting back might be a challenge, but anyhow, nice looking house in there. And we've got their wood ready, the log burners. There's the froggies. Right, we've got about 50 yards of wind, social section, so it's a bit loud. I do apologise, but it's his fault up there. But yeah, there's no more expansion to this village now. Local administration has now restricted the boundary, so the only thing you can do is buy an existing house or an existing plot. There's no more expansion, which is nice. It's good. Controlling the size of the village to make sure it doesn't grow too big and ends up not being a village. I like that. It's nice. It's quite nice, that, depending on how far back it goes. It does go back to the stream. Yeah. Obviously, a lot of work to do. It's just a shell. But we don't mind a project. For sale. This is your side boundary, this side. And I'm guessing it just goes back over to the road that side. And back to the little stream at the back. So probably 700 square metres around, I would guess. That's pretty. The cost for these houses, I mean, something like that, sitting how it is, probably around the 9 million mark, something like that, maybe a bit more. Depends on how big it is. I'm just guessing, obviously. This is probably similar price. So maybe that one's a bit more actually, as it's on 7, probably 700. That's probably 10 or 11. But you've got to finish everything. You've got no garden yet, got no drive, no bottom around the house, no skirt like that one, no interior. So you've still got to spend a bit. And that one looks a bit more finished. It's had the skirts done. And this is very common as well. You'll see a building that's clearly been there a long time and it'll have a brand new roof on it. And I've touched on this many times before. Very, very common to find a house project underway for 10 years, 15 years. And that's because various reasons, but one of the reasons is people in the north will buy land in this area to retire to. And then they'll start the building process as they head towards retirement. And it can be 10 years, 15 years. And that could be the situation with that house, because that roof isn't very old at all. And the land's been cleared recently, so obviously an ongoing project. That's lovely. Again, I like the style of these houses, but they're just not on enough land, not for us anyway. But if you're a retired couple and you don't want to be in the garden all day, every day, well, not even if you're retired. If you're me, I don't want to be in the garden all day, every day. Not unless it involves swimming or sunbathing or eating cherries and peaches. But yeah, if you don't want a big garden to look after, you haven't got a dog or anything, something like that's perfect. Lovely little house. This one's got a bit of a garden behind it. Again, quite a big house, 130 square meters with a driveway, so you can put a carport on the side, and then a big enough back garden that you can put your banyo and swimming pool in if you wanted to, or just take it as it is. Yeah, been waffling a bit. Zeddy, I'm doing good, mate. Can't wait to join you on that every day as a holiday vibe. My flights are booked for the 19th. 3 months of everyday holiday. Love that. 19th of this month, mate. What month? No. Where are we? In May. Oh, 19th of June. Ah, okay. Interesting. Whereabouts? I ask this every time, don't I? Whereabouts are you going? Bill, Chris, as it's the start of summer, how are the beaches? And is there still a lot of people coming down to the Napa? Honestly, mate, I haven't been to the beach for a while. Um, we've just been doing other stuff, really. So I don't actually know. And I don't like guessing at that sort of thing. Well, that must be a work in progress because that wood looks pretty new. I think that's a long progress. Oh, fine. Maybe they ran out of money, or maybe it's like I say. You want to go that way? There's no point talking to me. I can't hear you. How are you doing it again? I can't hear you. Mm, telling me some information. Right, where are we going then? Okay, that's nice. Yeah, but no land, darling. I'm very clear in my head. I know if I like something, if I don't. I can look at something and go, I like that, or no, I don't. Much like all blokes, to be honest, especially when we go clothes shopping. If you're a bloke, you know exactly what I mean. Clothes shopping for us involves walking into the first shop, usually, wandering around in about 4 minutes, picking up 6 months worth of clothes. Job done. But ladies, no. You girls, you like to look in every shop, sometimes twice. And it's a cliche, go back to the first shop and buy what you first saw. But more often than not, you look at stuff, you go, I quite like this and I quite like that. And it's nothing at all like what you said you come out for. You go out for a raincoat, you start looking at ball gowns, cocktail dresses. Yeah, it's the same with houses. You know, I can write stuff off of the list straight away. Lovely house, garden too small. Done. Don't need to look at it any more than that. Because garden's too small. But the ladies like to spend a bit more time. And just make sure that they don't like it. Or even spend enough time looking at it that they convince themselves that they do like it. Meanwhile, I'm still at square one, going garden's too small. It's a process. All men know what I'm talking about. All ladies go, oh, it's true. You ladies are very deep and emotional creatures with lots of facets. Oats? Nah, there's nothing deep or emotional about us. It's the two F's, isn't it? That's the way to a man's heart. Ladies, two F's. It's all you need to know. Feed us, and you can figure out what the other one is, and that's it. Ain't really any more depth than that. There you go. That's the secret. Anyhow, back to the tour. Heading back the way we came. We going that way? Or don't know. Okay. I'll get to the end and then we'll wait. I mean, that's probably doable for us. Nice sized house. As I say, about 700 square meters of land. Corner plot, quite quiet at the moment, but it's obviously a building site, so it's going to be like it for a few years. Eventually, once all the plots have been built, all the houses have been sold, then the infrastructure will be put in, i.e. the road. We're probably going to wait 18 months for the gas to be connected. Means if you cook on gas, you'll have to use well, a bottle, we call it. They call it. Not sure. Let's try and get that one. Lexi, how are you? Good. I'm live on YouTube at the moment, Alexi. Perfect. That's how he found me. Oh, F7X. That's what we had. Lovely guy. Really, really nice guy. It's the first time I've met him, actually. Yeah, he's got a channel, but he hasn't put any. Alexi, you need to upload to your channel. You must get some videos up. He's got a video channel. And see something interesting with crypto on his channel. But yeah, lovely guy, and funnily enough, driving the car that we recently sold. Not the actual one, but same model, same colour even. I'm getting a finger wagged at me. What's your problem? Oh, we're going right. Okay, so blokes, this is female directions. Okay, that's what we're getting, and I'm like, okay, what's that mean? We're going that way. Genius. That's what we have to contend with. The other thing I'm contending with lately is, am I going straight on here? Yes or no? Probably. Probably. Okay. I'm going with not helpful, especially when you're doing about 40 miles an hour with cars up your jacksie. A little bit more positivity. I don't always get probably, to be fair. Sometimes I get maybe. Yeah, used to be indecisive. Now I'm not so sure. Uh, yes, June. Oh, okay, Zeddy. So, yes, there. Yes. God, Zeddy, how many times have you told me that? It's embarrassing. But in my defence, I'm an idiot. And I think that's a good defence. And my other defence is I have a brain of a goldfish, or the memory of a goldfish, even. I can't even remember the saying. Doggy, look at him. He's very unhappy. Another dog's not seen an Englishman, see? What the hell is that thing walking along? Can't blame it. No. I've been to Russia loads since 2021, but haven't been there in the summer since my first visit. I love the summer there, so can't wait. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Summer. Yeah, I mean, we're lucky in our region. We have very, very, very mild winters here anyway. Very much like an English winter, but not as long. But yeah, summer. Yeah, it's all about the summer. It's all about the outside barbecues, spending time with friends, having a wander about. It's lovely to meet Alexi just a minute ago. Nice to shake his hand. For some of you might be looking at these big gates and big walls and thinking, oh, very unfriendly. It's not. It's not what it's about. It's privacy. Um, and nowadays, not really security, but that's a knock on from yesteryear, really. Then you did really need to secure your boundaries, but Russia isn't the Soviet Union, unfortunately, for the West. They haven't worked that one out. And it is not the same place anymore. So, but they still, still like their privacy. There's nothing wrong with that. That's for sale. Very wide. Mm, very wide plot of land. Nice that. I'd like to build a wide single story house. Now look at that. We've got an old sun lounge there, and that's been there a while, hasn't it? That's awesome. The trees growing up through the hole. That's fantastic. I love that. Reminds me of a farm I visited years ago in the UK. A friend of mine wanted to buy a car from these people, and found out they had a small holding, and the family of farmers lived there, sons, daughters, etc. Every car that family had ever owned was in one of their fields. They never sold a single car. We went there, I think, to look at a Morris Minor, but they had things like Lotus Cortinas, Sunday Rapiers, and all manner of lovely stuff. And there was one, I think it was a Triumph GTA or GT6, that had been there obviously some time. They like that, a tree growing through the middle of it, up through the floor. Floor obviously had long since departed. But yeah, every single car they had ever owned, they drove it until they were changing it for whatever reason. They parked it in this field. There must have been 50 odd cars in there. Some of them, yeah, very desirable. Yeah. So we've got a little kindergarten here. And one of the things with kindergartens in Russia is they've all got to have outdoor space, is my understanding. So, and that's good because especially in this region, you just want the kids outdoors all day. But they've all got to have outdoor space, and you've usually got more outdoor space and more stuff to do outside than you have inside. That's good. Electric scooters, electric bikes, everywhere. Everybody's got one. Very, very common. Do you know why? Just nobody cares. In the UK, I'd be locked up for riding one of those. Oh, it goes faster than 15.5 miles an hour, sir. Yeah. Actually, the bikes aren't too bad, but electric scooters, nah. We've got a two-tier system for electric scooters in the UK. You can't use them at all unless they're a funny colour and you're allowed to use them. Buy that on here. Out in London, you can hire certain scooters because they're owned by London Borough, so they get the revenue from them. But you're not allowed to use your own one. Interesting, right? For sale? The one at the back? Yeah. How many? 1,500. No. Oh, this one's for sale. Oh, yeah, I looked at this. Get the camera. There you go. I've got a house nestled right at the back there, which is really nice. Nice and quiet, nothing around it. 1,500 square metres. You see the makings of a carport at the front here by the looks of it. Got gas. It's not connected yet. Which way are we going? Another one for sale there in the corner. That way. What, here and across? Let's go this way and across. Oh, that's for sale, so we'll have a look. Yeah, that's nice, that one. Nestled in the back. I'll say 1,500 square metres of land. So 15 Sotka. So if you look on Veto, if you're English speaking, you will see 15 COT, C-O-T. So that's what it looks like to us. Us people that can't speak Russian, but C is an S, so it's actually Sot. It's abbreviated for Sotka. As I say, that approximately is 1,500 square metres. That one's for sale. Looks like an old school, doesn't it? Like a Sunday school or something. Really cool. Big house. Very big house. A big plot as well. Just realised this is, I think that's connected to it as well. Big plot right in the corner. And it's not a busy road. Very quiet. That's very nice. Not massive. Way too big for us. And 2 stories. We want to go down to 1 story. Not getting any younger. And a big plot there. See what I mean? He's got a very old house, been there a long time. And a huge piece of land. Old doggy sat there, look. And the land just goes right the way back. A house probably 35, 40 square metres at the most. A very small house. Huge piece of land. Very, very common those. Obviously, the younger generation come along and the house is forward there. They're just looking at it. Not ever going to be suitable for a growing family, so demolish it. Got a nice big house there. But then you lose, slowly but surely over time, you lose the history. Don't you? And that's true of anywhere you are. I've really grown to love all of this older stuff. That's nice. Shouty like Elvin. Tragic. Hello. Alexi. Smiley face. As I said, Alexi, we need the exercise, and by we I mean me. Still trying to get through the Christmas excess. Zeddy, in your defence, Russia's on the larger side. A few places to remember. Yeah, it's a good point, well made. So, this is the main road into our village. Village that way. And if you go that way, so road, you end up in a map. It's one road, nice and simple, and it's a good road as well. Goes through the countryside. Nice drive through the vineyards of a Browder or so, and the sunflower fields. I think I'm going to wait then. Oh, you know what they say about BMW drivers? Rat and machine in perfect harmony. And I can say that because I've owned a few BMWs. It's very true. Hello, I'm Russian. Grew up in Reading at the age of 5. Came back to my hometown age 23. Cheboks area. Oh, okay. We'll be in a Napa in the summer. Would love to meet you. V-Trick. V-Trico? VT Rico? Useless. Yeah, why not? Always about somewhere. Do like this. Do like this house. But should have been looking at it 15 years ago when I was a lot younger. That's a lovely property. Oh, the doggies. Hey, dogs. Sitting in the shade. It's stupid. Got a big, big piece of land. A lovely looking house. 200 square meters, maybe. Big house. Oh, there's one under construction that I haven't seen before. Lovely brick wall. Look at that one in the back there. A lovely balcony there, isn't it? Nice. Very pretty. It's mental. It is. The Sun Lounger tree. Yeah. That's how far I am beyond the comments. Or I've probably had a bit of downtime. Poor connection. I haven't been political. I've said nothing. That's for sale. That's for sale, darling. Big bit of land. Big bit of land. Ready for bulldozing. I'm keen to build a house. Wife's not so keen. I like the idea of building a start and making something your own, literally from the ground up, right down to where you want your sockets built. You've had a bit of experience of it now, so I think the wife just wants an easy life. The thing is, it's hard for the wife because she's the one that has to do it. Whilst I can talk to the guys on site and use Translate to sort of point stuff out, generally it's quicker and easier if the wife tells them. So she ends up having to sort of translate and be in the middle. It's quite stressful for her. It's probably after reasons she's not too keen on building another house. Can't blame her, can you? Right. Malgorzata. Hi. Shouty bloke. They are confiscating and crushing private scooters here now. Passing use as anti-social use of a motor vehicle. Jesus Christ. It's just, the thing is, when that's all you know, you just accept it. You know, you just go, oh my God, and you just get on with it. It's only when you come outside of a certain country and you see things like that, when you see things like scooters and there are kids whizzing about and elderly people using them in the shops, what harm is it doing? It's an electric scooter. What what risk is there other than for the person riding it? Well, again, I'm going to say it again. That's what I love about Russia. It's the Darwin theory. Idiots don't last long, so they tend not to multiply. Hence the reason most Russians are quite intelligent. We seem to want them to multiply in the West, dumb down the population. And that's a very simplistic view, but just frustrates the hell out of me. If I want to be wrapped up in cotton wool, I'll buy some cotton wool. I don't need the government telling me. That's the trouble when you have this culture of protecting the innocent, as it's dressed up to be. You make a law that protects 0.01 of the percent of the population, because they have rights too. And the other 99.9% of the population have to suffer. That makes sense to me. In my view, I think the 99.9% should have the laws written for them, and the 0.01 will either educate real quick or through the process of natural selection and gradually die out. Maybe not gradually. So like this is the prime of the century in the UK. Look, two guys, no crash helmets, on a little moped. Wow, Mr. Policeman saw that in the UK. Oh, he'd be putting his bib on, getting his knife and fork out ready for a proper meal. He'd be loving life. Big biking culture here in Russia as well. If you're a bike guy, you'll love it here. And some of the roads are absolutely fantastic, especially the road from here down to Sochi. Looks like a snake. It's amazing. Here we go, this way. So I'll go over the route and see what the dad easy again on it. We fancy getting something. Yeah. Nice irrigation system all set up there. Look. Lots and lots of little sprinkler heads all plumbed in. Might be on a timer, or it might be just turn the tap. And what a lot of people do is they have a well, or a borehole driven, and then a pump fitted, and they water their gardens for free. Aside from paying for the well to be dug first, of course. That's a minimal cost, really. Big territory. Wow, let's go back. It's nice, always worth looking at the old houses. If you can always modernise them, you can always build extensions to them. The one thing you can't always extend or expand is land. And for me, land and location. That's where we start. Everything else is changeable. So this, got a little house, little extension, sort of walk through to the other bit. Probably the other way around, actually. So what started off as a small property is growing right there along. It's kind of cool. But you get the idea, don't you? Got two roofs the same colour, but that's where the similarity ends. Or is that one property? That's one property. Wow. So that is a big piece of land. The garage. I thought it was another house. How big it is. And again, interconnected. And obviously the garden will go back a long way. Nice. Christine, what all the pipes stick out in front of each property? So the yellow pipe is gas. Spoke about this before. When I first came to Rush from the UK, seeing these yellow pipes above the ground, And we were told it was gas. I was like horrified. Gas? Oh my God. Looks horrendous. Oh my God. Until you sort of find out why. Servicing it, dead easy. Maintenance, dead easy. Adding to it, dead easy. Haven't got to worry about the ground freezing in the winter and cracking the gas pipe. That's just some of the reasons. So yeah, if you come from the UK, you might look at it first off and go, "Oh, it's really unsightly." Once you've been living here a while, you don't even notice it. You just, you know, somebody will say something, you go, "Oh yeah," you just don't take any notice of it really. But the benefit, as I say, if you need to extend, or if there's a problem with the gas, they just isolate a section. They're not digging up the road, so nobody's inconvenienced, and they can just isolate a section, turn the gas off for that bit, cut into it, and within a couple of hours, it's back up and running again. That's one benefit. And the knock-on effect of that benefit is the cost of it. What did we pay for gas last month, honey? Is it £1? Roughly, ballpark. Yeah. What was it last month? There you go. About £1 a month for gas. Bit more in the winter because all our heating is gas. We've got underfloor heating and radios. That's all gas fired. That's a bit more in the winter. But in the summer, £1 less. And like I say, that's for the month, not the day. So you don't mind seeing the yellow pipe when your gas bill's £1, do you? You might paint me pink with green spots if I get a gas bill of £1. William Parker, hi. Christine, it's a pretty neighbourhood. It is. It's very eclectic. Oh, another build going on in the back there, look. Very eclectic. My favourite word. Because I think it was actually written for rural Russia. Very good description of what you find. Have you seen two houses the same? I think we probably did back where they were building a few. There was a couple there that were the same. I guarantee you they'll be different. Out the back, they'll have a different terrace, or they'll have a carport, or they'll have, something extended to them. So even when you look at properties that are the same, when you look harder, they're not. It's amazing. And I find it fascinating. That's why I love going out for these walks. You never ever get tired of walking around because everything's different. There's always something to see. Very pretty houses. Yeah, Christine, it'd be hard to get to in winter. Um, not thinking, can't think of any that we've seen that would be hard to get to. Um, big garage, big garage. Whilst we've got a big garage, but that's a proper big garage. That's definitely 4 metres wide. Ah, I see. To get to it, if it was all underground, yes, the gas pipes, yes, indeed. Well, that's the problem we have in the UK, isn't it? Yes, you don't have gas pipes above ground. You could argue that it looks prettier, but they're always digging the bastard roads up, aren't they? The gas leak or water leak or something. Dig up the road, dig up the road, dig up the road. Traffic lights, dig up the road, traffic lights for all health and safety. Over his vest, funny colour hat, 10 blokes, one working, 9 making sure that all health and safety processes are completed. 3 weeks later, one hole, 3 foot deep. Yeah. Yeah, so you don't have that, yeah? Even when they're doing the roadworks, they don't shut the roads. None of this, oh, got the road there. Make everybody go around it. Nah, just slow the traffic down a bit and everybody drives around. That's a common sense theory again. Another thing I love about Russia, common sense is very, very prevalent. Yeah, look, an example of what I was talking about earlier, where you've got to roll a garage door as your front aspect. You just drive up, press the button, in you go. Quite common. Find a little house nestled in there. Where the boundary starts and finishes for that one. Something's for sale. I'm assuming it's this house, but where the boundary starts and finishes, I don't know. Big piece of land again. Big, big, big. That's nice. I like that. Nice looking house. There we go. Up. Yeah. On and up. How neat and tidy that is. Lovely. Really well looked after. So again, we've got some new next to the old. We've got some land there, probably for sale. And a brand new one getting built there. That's nice. So this is the sort of thing we want to look to have. Single story. Obviously, it's a building site. You've got to have a bit of foresight. So every house was a building site at one point, wasn't it? You do get people coming to chat and go, "Oh, it looks terrible," and you're like, "Well, it's a building site. What do you expect?" Yeah, yeah. Yeah. ACB. It's getting on. I just realised why. Put my glasses on my head. I'm literally burning my head with a magnifying glass. Clever, aren't I? Special kind of idiot. Big, big property. Big garage out the front of it. Big house. Nice. Monster carport. What's that? What's that I hear you say? I have no clue. Sunbathing deck on the top, maybe? Or electric. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, of course. Electric substation, I suppose. Just needs finishing. Got the deck chairs on the roof. The mini bar would be nice. Maybe a hot tub or something. Lovely view from up there as well. Uh, so let's catch up. Christine, she loves all the trees. Yeah, I love trees. Love trees. Chickens, free range. Steve Ross, where is everyone? Well, it's midday. No, it's way beyond midday, isn't it? It's only 2 o'clock. Oh, it's part of the day. And as it's a working day, mate, I'm going to go with at work. Got to remember where we are. We're in a rural village. So it's not city centre. It's not going to be teeming with life at any time of the day, is it? Not especially in the middle of a working day. John does. I'm snoring, are you? Expected, didn't we? That's good trouble. Andy, it's medieval. The land where time stopped. Is that right? Oh, okay, mate. The land where time stopped. Well, if this is the land where time stopped, I'm all for it. 1,000,000%. Sign me up. Because it's gorgeous. But you might be a city dweller. A woodpecker there, in the tree. Can you see him? Woody woodpecker. We're going to start smashing his brains out. Yeah, he's waiting for us to bugger off, no doubt. Yeah, cool that. Little woody woodpecker. You see that? Woodpecker on the tree. Oh, he's just flown off. Too late. You'll have to watch the rerun of this live stream. You'll see a woodpecker. This way or that way? That way. Okay. Right, any more stupid points? Let's have a look. Shouty blokes. Dan would be complaining about everything outside the bounds. Yeah, we're all different. We're all different. I don't like an Englishman. I'll blame them, can you? John Dallett's boss. I'd live there. Right. It's not right. Chickens. Yes, chickens. The land that time forgot, apparently. No, really? That's a big F. Ah, yes, we see chickens quite a lot. The thing is, I don't take any notice of them because, it's quite normal, especially in the villages. Not so much in the towns, of course. Although people still do eat chickens in certain houses. But out here, it's far more common. Not everybody, but Uh, Chris, are you still interested in moving home? As in selling our house and buying a new house? Yes. So our house is for sale. And yeah, we want to get a single story house. Don't want to walk up downstairs anymore. Bored with that. Done it all my life. And my old knees ain't what they used to be. Ugh. Thought of walking up downstairs. Look at that. Brand new house just built in the back there. That looks nice. Yeah, just Broadwood stairs. And the beauty of being out here is you don't have to have a house with stairs because there's plenty of land for sale. And the size of the land you can buy is, yeah, significant. Straight, left, straight. Oh, I've got Kevin with me. Look at Kevin. Look at Kevin. If any of you have seen Kevin and Perry go large, it's just so unfair. That's our daughter at the moment. Walking. Oh, just want to go home. Wolf bastard. That's what the wife says to me. Wolf bastard. Uh, there's another in progress. It may be a long progress. Look at the size of that monster. That is huge. Huge. Wow. And again, I don't know. That may never get finished, or it might be finished in 6 months' time. No way of knowing. Or anything in between. Uh, yeah, it's normal living place for humans. It's not slow, it's normal. Correct. Why are you a plastic Russian? Have a look at my channel. And there'll be a video on there that says an introduction to my channel. And then once you've watched 3 minutes of that, only that 3 minute video, you'll know. And then you know you'll be as clever as me. Christmas, greetings. Good afternoon, sir. We're out for a wander in the midday sun. I'm glad that, AKA John Doe, I'm glad that amuses you. I bet Russia is a lovely country. Shame about the government and the people that support them. Taken fire. It's a shame that you've never been to Russia. It's a shame that you listen to the mainstream media for all your opinions. It's a shame you're not capable of critical thought. It's a shame that you're not capable of doing any independent research. It's a shame you make stupid comments and make yourself look stupid. There's a lot of shame in the world, isn't there? No, pretty sure the country sucks. Okay, well, time for you to go. Just because it's my channel, I don't need to put up with it. Well, if you want to talk crap, of course you can make your own channel. Absolutely free to do that. I don't give a platform to idiots. Don't want idiot breeding. Come on, guys. I want smart people to reproduce. Fashion, apparently. What do I know? Anyhow, interesting. As I say, very eclectic. In the sun, I can't read the comments. Stand in the shade of it. Steve Ross, whereabouts are you? Apologies if you explained this previously. No problem, Steve. I'm in a little village called Gostogoyevskaya, just outside seaside resort town of Anapa, ANAPA, coast of the Black Sea, about 50 miles from Crimea, southern Russia. Hi, sailor. David May. Bye. Can't be bothered with it. You know, sure he's a lovely fella. How do you switch from well water to main water? Really simple, mate. It's just a valve. You select. Depends how it's plumbed. One house we looked at had 3 wells. It's a big bit of land, 1,500 square meters. They had 3 wells. So they were independently piped for different parts of the garden. The one we've recently looked at actually had 2 wells, one in the front garden, one in the back garden. Our house has got one in the front garden. And it's just really depends how they're plumbed. Some people just plumb them just for the garden. Some people plumb them for the garden and the house. Some people plumb them just for the house. So, but either way, it's just a valve. It's just a 90-degree turning valve. Well, 45 degrees actually. No, let's get it right. 90 degrees. 90-degree isolating valve. So, yeah, very simple. New one in progress. Other one. Yes. What do you think of that? How cool is that? Never seen that before. Turrets. That's awesome. That is awesome. Wow. It's like an old school house, isn't it? Okay, Jesus is coming back soon. Cool. What else we got? Have to get in the shade again. Very hot. Go in here. Can I eat them yet? What are these things, wife? The what? Alisha. Okay. Kind of plum. Yellow plums. Millions of them that not yellow yet, so I can't eat them. Bugger. All right. Hi from Fiji. Was up. Sky, moon, stars, birds, tall trees. Guitar Freak. Jesus has been coming back soon for years. Cash Taylor. 3 wells or 3 wells. 3 as in the number 3. The well you have to pay to have it dug. Lorry comes along with a big screw drill on it. And they just connect pipe after pipe after pipe, depending on how deep they have to go. I think our well is about 16 metres, 18 metres, something like that. But some of them 80, 90 metres, probably more. Yeah, and they just, screw this thing into the ground, just keep adding onto the back of it till they hit water. Much like drilling for oil, really. So you pay for that, but once you've paid for that, that's it. That's your cost. Water is free. There's none of this. Oh, the water belongs to us. Oh, it's on your land. That's the thing with Russia. If you own the land, guess whose land it is? Yours. Funny that, isn't it? So everything that's on it and under it is yours. So once you drill a well into the water table and you hit water, the water is, guess what? Yours. I don't have that luxury in UK, do we? We have to have mains water. I'm thinking that was really well. It's been a while, hasn't it? Also, it has its French. Like for fun, don't they? Um, how much down do you have to put when buying a new house from a developer? Good question, Sam. I like sensible questions. Really depends on the developer. You can buy from a big developer, a small developer, one man operation builder kind of thing. So you've got lots and lots of options. So it really is down to the developer. I think we put down 5%. I think. I'd have to ask the wife, but I think it was 5%, mate. Which, yeah. Well, actually, hang on a minute. No, it was slightly different. We had to pay for the land. Yeah. So you pay for the land. Then part of that is that you agree to build a house with the developer from his list of houses, his portfolio of houses. And then once you pick your house and make your changes and everything, you want work to start, then you pay a deposit on the house. But you've already purchased the land at that point. And by purchase, I mean paid for. It's not actually in your name. The developer holds it, just in case you don't complete for whatever reason. Or it's something along those lines. You ever been at a bit of a crossroads in your life? I know, I'll get me hope. Also, yeah, looks like we're heading back. Oh, more cherries, I think. So mainly have two varieties down here that I'm aware of. Vishnia, I think, and Cherry Ichner. One's just, well, one they say is for cooking, but you can still eat it. Still plenty nice, just a little bit more sour than the Cherry Ichner, which are lovely. So, so sweet. And I think that's the Cherry Ichner, Vishnu, whatever the hell it is. I think that. Anyhow, two houses side by side, exactly the same. Oh, look at that. There was me saying you don't see two houses the same. And there you go. Two houses the same. That one's for sale. And these are built very nicely. We actually looked at one of these. Or was it one of those? Might be one of those. We looked at one. Oh, that's for sale, actually. That might have been the one that we looked at. I think it is. We looked at it and then was told that he'd received a deposit on it. So obviously that didn't go through. So it's back up for sale. But this particular builder builds very nicely. He's built these three here. And inside the standard of finish is superb. So if you're looking to buy a very, very good quality house, I can definitely tell you that one's a good quality house. We saw it in the grey state, so to speak, and all the lines are bang on, and it's just really lovely the way it's been finished. Just really, really nice. All the plumbing is really neat. It's just been built very, very well. That's back up for sale, honey. We looked at that one, didn't we? That's the one we looked at, isn't it? Yeah. 7.5 Sopka. So 750 square meters, which is plenty big enough. And I've got a feeling that is up to about 13 million, I think. So UK money about 115 grand, 3 bedroom, 135. Well, I think that's 140 square meters actually, that house. It's 140 square meter house, 3 bedrooms, and 750 square meters of 115 grand. It's 115 grand buy you where you live, UK money. A bit more shade. Christmas, whoever built that roundhouse, his mum used to punish him by telling him to stand in the corner. He was a kid. Mm, yeah. Cash Tail, okay, free, thank you. Welcome. Where is this in Russia? Darren, this is southern Russia. It's a little rural village called Gostogoevskaya, just outside seaside resort town of Anapa, ANAPA, on the coast of the Black Sea. Cash Tail, Darren, I believe he's by the Black Sea, southern Russia. Maybe he'll correct me. No, Cash Tail, I won't correct you, you're exactly right. About 50 miles from Crimea. If you put ANAPA into your Google Maps, you'll see where we are. Sailor, with your experience of building a house, would you do it again? Was it too much hassle? Yes, 100% I would do it again, because having the ability to make even the tiniest of corrections is fantastic. It means that even halfway through the build, you can go, actually, I don't want to put a socket there. I'd actually rather have a socket here. Look at that. That is beautiful. Beautifully kept. What a lovely property. No, I'm a bloke, so look at the garage. Yeah, but look at the garage, though. Yeah, but honestly, look at the garage. Lovely. Really nice. Yes, definitely would do it again. Like I say, it's nice to have the control of building it exactly how you want it. But we did it through a developer, which means that we haven't got to go and source the trades themselves. We're buying a plot of land and then we're picking a house from a catalogue. And then what we did was modified that house. So you start with standard offering, and then you can do whatever you want to that house. So you get a choice of probably 10 different houses, single story, 1 bedrooms, up to 4 bedroom, 2 story houses. And then you can pick your standard house to start with and then modify it as much or as little as you want. You can add to it, extend it, move the walls inside, change the roof, do whatever you want. Literally anything. That way. You're going where you can't really go. Don't go down all of the car. Just a little bridge. I'm sure I could if I got enough speed. Just hit it about right. Get a bit of air. Might clean out the front bumper a bit. Well, yeah, so buying through a developer, obviously, a lot of the bureaucracy and red tape they're dealing with they're supplying all of the trades. So, you're just picking a house, making the alterations, and it's built to your spec. So that's definitely a much easier route, but more costly. I'm going to pay more for it. But I definitely would buy a piece of land. And that's not getting finished anytime soon. Yeah, buy a piece of land and then just build it to our spec using the trades that we pick. So yeah, I would do it, but it would put an awful lot of strain on the wife. I think she'd be quite stressed. Unfortunately, I'm one of those blokes that has a little bit of knowledge of a lot of things. So, as we found even building our house, there were lots of occasions we were told that we couldn't do something. It wasn't part of the law. Yeah, you just can't do that. And me being me, on the knowing that you can, I have some understanding of structural engineering, various other things. So there were a few occasions where I was like, nah, you can't do that. There's some heated exchanges at times with the developer, especially the architect. Because architects, they're not builders. They use computer programs, they use CAD, and they're very, very clever. They're very good at doing a lot of stuff. But computers invariably are only as good as the information that you put into them. If you haven't got working knowledge of how something's actually built, or you know, sources of load, and all the other, then it limits your understanding somewhat. And so that's certainly something that we came across. The architects, for example, our stairs. The architect said that our stairs can't be built inside the house and also outside. Funnily enough, well, the architect said about the outside stairs. And so we did have three guys come round, and the first who said that couldn't build our outside stairs. So it wasn't possible. No. If you look at our house, you'll see them. So clearly it was possible, wasn't it? And it was the same with the inside. The architect said that you can't move what you want to the way you want to because the stairs, you can't build stairs in that hole, it won't fit. Yeah, it will. No, it won't. But the computer says no. Yeah, but my tape measure says yes. Well, you're going to have to sign a disclaimer then because we'll build the house to this spec and they won't be able to put a staircase in it. So that was a little bit. The wife was looking at me, honey, are you sure? Yeah, I'm definitely sure. Yeah, but honey, are you sure? So we got to sign a disclaimer saying, yeah, build it to this specification. And if they're right and you're wrong, we'll have to put a lift in. But as I say, look at the video of our house and you'll see some stairs. So, yeah, there's certain things you have to overcome with a developer. We're going that way, okay? Which obviously, when you're building it yourself, don't have that problem because, if it's your design, if you haven't used an architect, I'm really clear, really, isn't it? Might end up with a real mess, though. Just bear that in mind. I could have been wrong, couldn't I? Imagine if I was. Oh, house built and there wasn't any way of putting a set of stairs in, only a ladder. Wouldn't have been good, would it? Mm. But by chance, bit of luck, was right. Got to love a tape measure sometimes. Right, let's catch up a bit. Oh, fine. And where are you from? You're from the UK. Cash Taylor, question. Pardon my ignorance, but why would you move to a communist country instead of England? Well, you kind of answered your own question in the first sentence, didn't you? You've got to stay away from those newspapers, mate. This is not a communist country, not in the traditional sense of the word, anyway. So if I ignore that part of you, really a bit of a silly question. Why would I move to Russia? Well, why not? Lovely country, lovely people, lovely weather, lovely food, lovely culture, safe. Yeah, I could go on and on. More shade, more comments to catch up with. Hopefully not as daft as that. Instead of living in England. I was asking because I have many Russian friends that left Russia. Yeah, that's the problem. And I'm going by what they told me when they left. I hope they're not out of bounds for asking. No, Cash says, sorry, I'm just very flippant with comments like that. I've just had so many of them. My first question really is, when did your Russian friends leave Russia? My second question would be, why did they leave Russia? Because it's both very relevant. And third, when was the last time they were in Russia? And you do get people that have left Russia, oh, it's terrible, it's horrendous, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And then they come back to visit family for 1 week a year. Don't leave the area that they were in and just go, yeah, nothing's changed, it's still horrendous. Well, nothing's changed in the area that you visited. Yeah. Like, come back 5 years' time, that house will still be there, wouldn't it? Probably. So yeah, I don't take a lot of notice of that. A lot of people that did leave Russia left for, shall we say, cowardice reasons, sheer panic. Who knows? Maybe they left before. Maybe they left during that. Maybe they left now. I don't know. Give me more specifics and I can give you a better opinion. But yeah, find out when they left Russia. Find out why they left Russia. Then you probably know whether their opinion is biased or not. I'm guessing that it is. But as I always say, you guys are getting my opinion. That's all. You're getting my opinion of where I live. How I find it. That's what you're getting. Uh, the shouty bloke. I'm not sure you can call Russia communist these days, correct. And sees a glory to Russia. Wonderful. Well, we're going to start heading back along the main road now. Oh, look, call Russia. Yes. You might not shatter some illusions with some of you guys. So, do that. If you do become not quite nice, nice. Thank you, Dr. On your BMs and Mercs flying about, another one. AMG GL63 or GLE63. The beast. See a lot of AMG Mercs out here and a lot of Power BRs. The petrol's cheap, so people can afford to get petrol. Not nice. It's the one down for the reason, isn't it? Which is the ban, isn't it? Let's face it. Well, everybody on skateboards or bicycles. Bit of honesty. Want some eggs? Leave a few rebels under the stone. Don't you? No chance. That's what you think, sir. Here's an example of a mobile banya, what I call a mobile one. Just put it in position, comes fully fitted out. Just connect the electric. And it's just like a little pod. And they sell them just up the main road here. That's all from Brentford side here. So it's just a little pod. Just pick it up, put it in the back garden. Right. I think they start at about 12,000 rubles price wise. So that's £1,700. Oof, well, fully finished. Just pick it up, plug it in, off you go. Mm, the sound is muffled somewhat. Sorry, Sailor. Oh, Wesley hops. Does he? What, from one lily pad to another? Off you go, Wesley. Hop off. Mhm. Let me keep it. There's no value. Don't contribute to society, although that's all an useful purpose. Is the sound still muffled? Yes, sir, you're correct, actually. My wife for 32 years is Russian. Yes, beautiful people, food, etc. I met her with many years ago when she was modelling here in the US, money back to her family. Yeah. Yeah, you've got to always dive a bit deeper. Ask the question. I don't believe anything. Question everything is what I say. Everything. Especially somebody who's going, "Yeah, I've learned this, for having motorbikes. I've told this story before. We said a lot about motorbikes. And, about one particular day, went to a local bike meet, people ran out on the bike for a bit of distance. We had a nice to taxi at the time. Running the bike, the lads came up to me. Wow, lovely bike, mate. Oh, fantastic. Places, but always going wrong, aren't they? That's the trouble. Always going wrong. I said, oh, red one. Nah, nah. Right, okay. That's what you get. Not a red one. Haven't got any experience. So from his mate's cousin's budget, probably. So that was his view based on what he'd heard. No actual personal experience. And that's the same with Russia. You will find that 90% of the people that are negative about Russia have no personal experience of Russia. Never been, don't know anybody who has been, or maybe they do know somebody that left 20 years ago and they still think it's the same. Russia ain't the same as it was 5 years ago, let alone 20. 80-year anniversary this year, wasn't it? Something we should never forget, should we? Yeah. That's another thing. Always take on board somebody's opinion, but don't just run with it. Don't take it as gospel. Unless you've researched it extensively, accepted out the source they're correct. Oh, look at that beast. I mean, a lovely young lady. I mean, so, look at that. That looks very capable, doesn't it? Like the mud flaps. Mm. I have to get rid of some of them. Oh, yeah. I'm glad of that breeze. I will be 100% honest. Fancy a coffee? Fancy a coffee? Uh, Water? Want to get water? No, 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 okay. There you go. Pork bastard. So, that would be our thanks down the trees. You're getting a big property in the corner. But I'm not now. Can you down there? Not down there. Things in your taste. Not for me. Right, get shade now. See what's going on. Else is drink the glass of fast for me. Oh, definitely, but thank you. I would do right now, I'll be honest. Rain Evans, thank you for the tour of this pleasant neighbourhood. I visited Moscow in 1974. Wow. Well, I can guarantee Moscow has changed radically since then. And so has the rest of the country. Russia is nothing like it was 20 years ago. Not the same country. Yeah. You've got your shades off and read. Sorry, you still sending them to another. I'm sure if the ladies asked her that. I don't bring it up anymore. She left a long time ago, mate. That's the trouble. And unfortunately, people that left Russia a long time ago will have an opinion based on what it was like then. It was nothing like that, though. You know? But people won't let go of the past. Some people they just have something in their head and that's it. It's done. Always got to be open-minded, especially about a country that is evolving as fast as this one, because it really is expanding and evolving and improving and growing in all aspects all the time. Even though the West says the economy is collapsing. Well, it's been collapsing for how many years now? It's too late. Sure, the ruble is about 70% rubles to a dollar at the moment. So I'm not entirely sure which economy is collapsing. Sounds like your wife left Russia in the 90s. Russia's changed great since. There you go, Christian. Thank you. Oh, Mary, just are you? Well, at least you come out. That's the thing. At least, I support you. I support your right to be able to say that you're a retard. Well done, you. Gosh, you've been gone for about 35 years. Wow. Thank you for answering my silly questions. You certainly sound like a good guy and I appreciate the conversation. Cash, thank you. It's very kind of you. But yeah, she hasn't, it's not the same country. She might as well have been talking about Spain. I don't mean to be disrespectful to your wife, but if that's her opinion of Russia, it is a country mile away from Russia of today. It's not even in the same conversation. Aside from the name, there is no similarity. This is looking at the nice old Soviet era fence. But you understand what I'm saying. There is no similarities really, apart from some old buildings. Modern Russia is expanding, and as I say, in all directions. I love this property. Every time we walk past it, I look at it. Really nice, set right back from the road. Nice drive. Don't like to intrude too much. But I did get asked, "Oh, you're filming. How do you feel about filming people's houses and stuff like that?" Well, I'm protected under the Russian constitution. Well, ducks, duckies, they're all having a snooze under the tree. Yeah, and the Russian constitution says I can film anything I can see in public. Where it becomes a bit of a grey area is if you start going into a private residence. For example, if you start hanging a camera over this fence, it probably wouldn't be the done thing. I wouldn't do that because that's with respect. But you can see it in a public space. I am legally allowed to film it in Russia. That's in the constitution, which is a good thing. As you can see, I'm not being invasive with anybody or their property. Like having a smell of some flowers. Any good boy? Yep. We got cleaned out from the exit school. Butterflies should be banned. Absolutely. Yeah, terrible. Black memories. Local body shop doing some repair and paint. Oof. Mm, gosh, yes, you're exactly correct. Thank you. Try to be. It's not exactly what it can be. So here, hi cutie, sailor. You mentioned that your neighbour's house is for sale. Have you considered buying it and making your present one an Airbnb? Hmm. Yeah, I haven't considered buying it because we own it. So it being the neighbour's house, really, it's the neighbouring house. That makes sense. Yeah, you can buy it if you want. Might be a bit honest. Uh, it was in the 80s when she left. She left her house and everything. Unfortunately, here in the US, Russia still gets a really bad rap on the news. Of course it does. Of course it does. That's why it was the biggest shock of my life coming there. Because I fully like the wife. Believe everything that I saw in the media about Russia. Snow bears, gangsters, vodka, horse and cart. No saying. And then you come around and go, oh, it's none of that. Yeah, that's when things get confusing. But yeah, Russia has said that they can't possibly compete with the US when it comes to the media war. But if people will make their mind up based on what they see on the TV, as opposed to their own eyes or some independent research, well, you can't ever help those people. They will never ever think anything different, and they will never look for independent research because fear. If they do, they go and find some independent research, and it's contrary to what they believe, then sort of road. Actually down a little bit, doesn't it? I don't want that. So rather than do that, they just carry on with the narrative of Russia bad. Whereas I don't live like that. I'd rather have my opinion changed, rather be educated, and I'd certainly always hold my hands up and go, yeah, I got that wrong. This is exactly why I'm here now. because I am capable of doing it. I am capable of saying, yeah, I'll get that one. Quite a big piece of gardening this house has got. This is probably on, it's like the 10 sock, yeah. Might even be a bit bigger. But main road, that would be my only downside for me. Um, Go for it, sure. This is a polish. Yeah. So if that was listed in the UK, the estate agent would say, in need of modernisation. Need, I was in the US as an exchange student in '94. Got a job at the uni cafeteria. First question my supervisor asked when she learned where I was from was, how many wallets did you steal when you were a kid? Yeah, exactly. Where are we? We are in southern Russia. Uh, you know, rural village called Gostogayevskaya, just outside seaside resort town of Anapa, Anapa, on the coast of the Black Sea, about 50 miles from Crimea. That's where we are. Um, the shouty bloke. You're right, Chris. We live in a world of information at our fingertips, yet some people still believe the vomit spew from mainstream media. Well, you know, it's an amazing science that's been conducted on everybody, isn't it? We've all been brought up. Certainly, I know I was brought up to. In fact, the culture when I was a kid was to sit and watch the news at 6 o'clock. I can remember sitting on my dad's knee watching the BBC News at 6 o'clock. We only had 3 channels then, by the way, not even within two. Even, yeah, I can remember sitting there and watching the news because it was an event. It was something you did. You know, it was the BBC is telling us about the outside world. It's only now with the advent of the internet that you can actually find out and you can go to the source. So it hasn't changed the lies. In fact, the lies have become more extreme. But we got more lazy. That's the problem. So it's not even about that's nice in there. Wow. Big house. Wow. Um, yeah, it's not even about the lies being correct or the truth or anything. It's just that we're more lazy. And consequently, we don't go out and find the information. We just absorb what it is. There are many reasons for that. The biggest one is because everybody's too busy working trying to keep their head above water. So they don't have the time like I do. I don't have 3 or 4 hours a day every day that I can just spend on the internet researching stuff. I'm in that position not to do that. Most people don't. Most people are working. And when they come home from work and all they want to do is have a shower, have a bite to eat, punch the wife, kill the kids, run over the dog. Joking, joking, don't punch the wife. Um, and yeah, so what do they have? 10 minutes. Hit the telly box, turn that on, and then watch whatever comes out. But, sometimes we have a discussion at work with the mates, and they'll have the same opinion because they get the same telly box. So it's not many people that are capable of spending the time researching or even capable of critical thought nowadays, which is a real shame. And that's why we are where we are. So all I can do is show you like this. Turn the camera on, no editing, real basic stuff, wander around a bit, show you our life. show you the Russia that I see. A little development down in here. Smaller ones for sale. About 10 sod cap, I think. 1,000 square metres of land. A bit of shade here, so I can catch up. Ah, right. So, do you swim in the sea yet? No, because you've got a swimming pool, mate. So, I'll be honest, I've swam in the sea a few times. It's lovely when the dolphins are around. It's amazing. And the sea here is, in the summer, the sea will be 33 degrees. It's like getting in a warm bath. It's amazing. And also, it's really, really shallow entry. So, you can walk out. You can walk out from here to the road, which is 60 meters away, and it'll only be up to your knees. So it's really, really shallow. And that's why it's really popular with families and children. Very, very good beach for kids. Um, but I'm not really a sea kind of person. And that's nothing against the sea because it's crystal clear. But I did get stung by jellyfish last year. Feels like a stinging nettle. One of those curious. Don't recommend it, but it's just a bit prickly. But no, I much prefer swimming pool. Mainly because it's outside my back door. Thanks, Christmas. I'm so sorry. That's cool. The person's name's not really get. Uh, yeah, Abdu. Hello, my friend. Welcome to Algeria. Thank you. Cash. I can't even type because I'm in a phone and not a laptop. I meant the person was playing crawl. Yeah. Yeah, we got you. But being mean, I'm sorry you were treated the way you were. What did you say? Yeah, you joked that Christmas about the wallet conversation. Didn't you? Is the White House on the corner still for sale? White House on the corner, Bill. Which corner? What, this one? Yes. If that's the one you mean, mate, it is still for sale. I think it's about oh, 15, 16 million. Christmas, I know you probably need the job. You couldn't say much back. Saying, I liked your stairs story. Good for you for standing the ground in a new country and proving the point. Well, it wasn't really that much. It was just, when you know. If you've done a lot of that kind of thing, done it on an industrial level, um, it's all the same thing. A bit materials might be slightly different, but ultimately, a tape measure never lies, as long as you haven't got an idiot operating it. Whereas CAD drawings don't always take into account the full aspect of the situation. So I've learned I never trust computers. I had it when I was designing Body Shop. Never trusted the computer because it was wrong. So yeah, good old fashioned tape measure, pen and paper, and yeah, and just a bit of basic knowledge really to understand a bit of structural design. And if you take a step off of here and add it on the top, it changes it. Silly stuff, basic stuff. I think anyway. No different here than it was in any other country really. Well, yes, yes, it is still for sale, mate. Pushing. Honestly, I was in too much shock to say anything. Yeah, funny Nick Ratman. Cool. Yeah, this is still for sale. Hmm, not ones that I'd recommend, to be honest. That's just personal opinion. So I wouldn't recommend it. I wouldn't say yes or no. Everybody's different. You're all looking for different things, but it wouldn't be for me. It's not a property that I would want. But, yeah, it is still for sale. Like I say, about 15 million, 16 million, something like that. Anyhow, here endeth the lesson. Here endeth the tour. I'm going home to go in the swimming pool. Or not. I can drink. And this is our development. 39 houses. and they're all different. Yeah. Anyhow, thanks for joining me on a wander around our village on a nice hot day. Clouds are dispersing and it's getting hotter. Please like, share, and subscribe. It does help, really help. It's the only way that the channel grows. You guys sharing it, because the algorithm doesn't pick it up. We're part of the Russia bad. Can't promote anything in Russia, can we? No. Imagine if people had information and were able to make their own choices, form their own opinions. God, what a terrifying thought for any government. Anyhow, we're home. I'm home. Oh, swim first or drink first? I think drink then swim. What's the stairs we were talking about? Can't have them there, son. Oh, well, there they are. Not finished. Can't rush these things. I'm going in that. But I will just show you what I said at the beginning of the stream. 5 days ago, we had no peaches. But now, assuming that stupid cat hasn't been in the tree, we have peaches. Look. 1, 2. Sure there was 5. 3. 4. Cat, you better run. If you've had one of the peaches, you're getting adopted, not by us. Sure there was 5 on there this morning. Brr. 2, 3, 4. I can't see any remains, so maybe I miscounted. Maybe I can't see one. Anyway, what we have got is cherries. Num num num. Well, can't let them num them yet because they're still not ripe. They're very sour. I will be num numming them. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Anyhow, thanks for joining me. We've all seen the house 100 times. I'm sure you don't need to see it again. And if you haven't, check out my channel. A few videos there. I'm going to get the cover off the pool. Tuck the robot in to give it a clean. Have a little drink. Go swimming. Ah, let's see if there's any comments to catch up on before I depart. Oh yeah, thanks. Thanks, Chris. Cheers, Chris. Enjoy your day. Thank you. Ben Kendall, the place looks awesome. I'm on the Baltic Sea. Oh, chilly. Too cold for me, Ben. Have a good day. Thank you, Sailor. Plastic Russia, I'm delighted to educate me this AM. Looks absolutely beautiful there. It's crazy how many lies we're still being told here by largest, biggest news agencies in the US. Yes, mate. Yeah, I mean, we see it. Obviously, we're outside and we still see all the news. I can view any news channel here. Yeah, it just blows my mind, the nonsense that's sold about this place. Cats are bastards. Yeah, it's the star in the middle. Chrisman, I can only imagine you were shocked. I certainly hope you stay away, but I actually taught to be afraid of Russians. I lost many friends when I dated and married my wife. Yeah, it's just insanity. Absolute insanity. Lovely people, lovely country. And I couldn't have been treated any better. Absolutely astounding. Very humbling coming to this place, really is. Lewis, Trivia is that a no idea, Lewis. I've got the Privet. Apart from that, I have no clue. Success. Success. Ah, success. Okay. Mm, I think you're successful, I'm guessing. But thanks, Lewis. Ah, anyhow, as I say, thanks for joining me. And I am going. I need a drink. Please share. It really does help. Um, the channel won't grow otherwise, but it's doing all right. We're nearly at 5,000 subscribers, so blows my mind that does. So thanks, guys. Really appreciate it. And I'll see you in the next one.